Hello and welcome to the Accelerated Learning and Super Study Skills program. My name is Junaid Bayat and I'm very excited. And the reason I'm so excited is because I have an opportunity for students to improve their grades. And students all over the world are always looking for better grades and better results. Now this program is the journey into the how-to of learning and studying. You see, students go to school every day, every week, every month, and every year students are tested on the information that they are given. Yet nobody takes the time to teach us how to learn and how to study this information that's given to us every day, every week, all the time. My question to you is, have you ever been taught how to learn and how to study? You see, most students have never been taught how to learn and how to study. Let me ask you a few questions to see whether this program is for you. Do you ever feel like it's difficult getting down to studying and learning? You know, most students feel that it's difficult getting down to learning and studying. How about this? Do you ever find yourself studying for hours but making very little or no progress? Yeah? Maybe. How about this one? Do you ever find yourself doubting if you can achieve the results you know you're truly capable of? And this, do you ever find that you're not coping with the workload? It's just too much. Yeah? How about this one? Do you ever find yourself not having enough time? Enough time to just, sleep a little bit more? Enough time to chill out with your buddies? Enough time to do whatever it is you as a child or as a student want to do? You know, this time thing is even with adults. You'll find a lot of people saying, I don't have time, I'm too busy. Because most people have no time and they don't know how to manage and control their time. Do you ever find yourself forgetting information you learned last term? Yeah? How about last month? Even last week? You see, a lot of students forget information that they learned last term and last month. That is why you find most students like to cram last minute. That's because they have forgotten all the information that they have learned. Do you ever find yourself feeling low and down because you're not able to perform at your best? This happens a lot, especially when your report card comes and it's not the results you're looking for. You know you're capable of better than that. You know you could have performed, much better. Yet, for some odd reason, you couldn't or you didn't. And then you feel low and down. And lastly, do you ever find yourself putting off homework, projects and assignments to the last second? Yeah, most students find this. Now, if you found that if you found yourself feeling like any of these things, fear not, because most students throughout the world are facing exactly the same situation. Now, what if I told you I have a program that can overcome all of this and much more? Would you be interested? Absolutely. So before I tell you about this program, let's see what others who have been on the program have had to say about this program. I've learned how to focus and also how to get into study mode within seconds. Positive thinking made a great impact on me. The video about what goes through the minds of other people really touched me and inspired me. The focusing technique amazed me. This workshop has undoubtedly changed my opinions and views on many things in my life. It has made me realize the importance of positive thinking and how it affects our entire lives. I feel rejuvenated and I would love to attend another workshop of Junaid Bayat. In my opinion, this was a perfect workshop and very motivating. This was a student from Stanger on the North Coast, Raisa Hussain, who was a grade 10 student. Let's see what some others have had to say. OMG! It was amazing! I didn't expect so much. I wish I knew all of this earlier. I can't wait to go home and study. I really enjoyed this workshop and recommend it to all children my age. Veda was a grade 11 student at one of the public schools. I thoroughly enjoyed the program. It was informative and amazing how it is possible to tap into long-term memory and memorize vast amounts of information. I think studying and teaching will take place in a new, exciting way. In order to succeed, we must know and believe that there are no limits. The theory discussed has really empowered learners in a practical way. Learners are now aware and more positive about achieving and exceeding their true potential. I loved being able to attend. This was a testimonial by an HOD that is head of department at the PMS Girls Campus. The teacher's name, this HOD, is Mrs. R.B. Bacchus. This is what she had to say. Being an educator, an HOD, was able to attend the program. Another educator from one of the public schools, it was effective and interesting. This program is life-changing in different aspects of life, not only learning. Excellent program by Junaid Bayat. It was amazing. I believe that studying was only made difficult in my mind, and now I'm highly motivated that I can do better and perform at my peak capability. All thanks to Mr. Junaid. It's quality skills that clearly work even in a short time space. I can now use techniques every day. I became accustomed in a very short time space and am more aware of things I usually left out. I absolutely think it was worth every penny for the class. I used to have problems with concentration challenges when studying. Now I'm more into the zone thanks to the 4-finger method. I feel far more motivated. Zakira Akhu, this student was a grade 12 metric student who did the program 3 days before beginning on their final metric examination. The feedback that they gave to their principal was that this program came 12 years too late, but in the short space of 3 days it prepared them adequately to achieve much better grades and much better results. It gave them a way to go about learning and studying. It was an amazing, fun-filled workshop in which I learned loads of new things. I look forward to studying and my confidence levels have definitely increased. I learned many techniques and ways of learning and enjoying it at the same time. My confidence will definitely rise more and my mindset has changed to be one of positivity. I have been inspired and motivated to pursue my dream. Fatima Bassa was a grade 10 student at one of the private schools. Now you will find many more testimonials similar to this on the website. The website is www.accelerated-learning.co.za/testimonials. As you can see it on your screen, visit the website to find hundreds more of testimonials of what other students have had to say that have been on this life-changing program that is gone global. Now, just to give you a little bit of history and background about myself, Junaid Bayat, the creator of the Accelerated Learning and Super Study Skills program. I'm the founder of an international peak performance coaching company called GTE Coaching, which stands for Get the Edge. We like to give people the edge. Now, I'm internationally certified in peak performance coaching. I'm also internationally certified in NLP. Now, it's quite a few big words, the peak performance life coach, NLP practitioner, and you must be wondering, what are these, Junaid? So I'm going to quickly explain. A peak performance coach helps people improve their performance, be it in their studies, in their businesses, in their careers, whatever it is. We do this by helping you overcome the obstacles that are holding you back, also to get you to realize your true potential and tap into new methods and techniques of achieving your optimum and performing at your best. Basically, very simply, students used to come to me. Students come to me and they tell me, Junaid, I'm getting 50s and 60s. I know I'm capable of getting 70s and 80s. Help me get the 70s and 80s. Now what I do is I help them overcome the obstacles, teach them new techniques, new ways of learning smarter, easier and faster. And I move them from where they are to where they want to be. So very simply put, a peak performance specialist moves people from where they are to where they want to be, right? Now, NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. N for neuro, which is a study of the mind. This is a conscious and unconscious mind. Now, I have been studying the mind for over 12 years. I became internationally certified in 2009. L is for linguistics from NLP, and this is language. And language, how it shapes us and conditions us. Now, language also is verbal and non-verbal. And P stands for programming, which is how we as human beings program ourselves. Now, I use NLP to help people reprogram themselves to perform at the best, at their best, and the way they want to be performing, as opposed to where they are currently performing. Now, strangely, my background stems from IT. I was at one of the huge corporates in South Africa called Transnet, and my job at Transnet was to design email systems and networks, coming up with high-level architectural solutions. Now, I was at the forefront of technology in South Africa from 1994 right up until 2009. When I was not designing email systems, I was the go-to guy for solutions, solving problems that most engineers couldn't solve at Transnet. So Transnet spent a lot of money on training me to look at things differently, to find solutions, to look at things from a more solutions-orientated view. And what I realized was very quickly I could apply exactly what I'm learning about machines to people. And I've been helping people improve their lives for the last 14 years. You see, I'm passionate about helping you improve your life and your performance in everything that you want to achieve. I want you to attain success in your studies. Now, I've written a book called 101 Self-Help Super Tips. This book is based on practical tips on becoming successful, to making your life a success. This book sells for $17 on the internet. People that attend my workshops in the Accelerated Learning Program, they get a copy of this book at no charge. I'm also a creator of the highly successful program called Personal Power to Success. This program has been featured on radio stations, on a lot of the media, newspapers and magazines. It's also been featured overseas, and I was going around and doing this Personal Power to Success program at a lot of the schools. And I realized, one message I was getting from the students, and students were telling me, wow, Junaid, we love your program. This is amazing. You're so good with the mind. And then they were telling me, look, since you're so good with the mind, why don't you teach us or help us with something about the mind that's going to help us in our studies, to study better. And then I realized after doing 44 schools that I've been getting the same message from students all over. And that's when I decided, since I am coaching students to improve their results, and we're getting fantastic results. So what I did was I decided to take this entire thing and create a program which I called Accelerated Learning, where I teach students how to learn and how to study something that is not taught to us. You see, and this is how the Accelerated Learning and Super Study Skills program has come about. Now, I've also developed quite a few websites, as you can see on the screen, on time management, stress, depression, panic. These are common things that people were coming to me for. So what I did was I designed websites with a whole lot of information. I designed the websites myself. I even write the articles on the blogs myself. Now, I'm not telling you all of this to impress you. No. But to impress upon my level of involvement in helping people like you improve their lives and become a success. So enough about me. Let's talk about you and how the Accelerated Learning Program can help you. You see, the objectives of the Accelerated Learning Program are very simple. I want to empower, inspire, and motivate students to three things. Number one, how to learn. Something that is not taught in schools and something that's not taught to us. Number two, I want to help you overcome limiting self-beliefs. Now, what is a limiting self-belief? A limiting self-belief is when have you ever told yourself, oh man, I can't learn this. I can't do this. I don't have time. I'm not good enough. These are all limiting self-beliefs, and I'm going to show you how to overcome all of this. And thirdly, I'm going to empower you with over 40 advanced learning strategies, study skills, tools and techniques so that you attain your peak performance in your studies and attain better grades and better results. Now, the program is offered in several ways. The Accelerated Learning Program is offered through live workshops, which is a 1-day workshop, a 2-day seminar, and we got 3 3-day retreats. Then we also offer a 12-week group refresher program where you need about 10 to 12 students, and this is a weekly program where I come to students for 12 weeks, 1 hour a week. We teach you one or two skills, and you practice the skills for an entire week, and then the following week I come and I teach you the next set. What happens is, this is our preferred method because here you get to practice the skills and it becomes second nature. You see, it becomes second nature. Then the third option is I also offer one-on-one private coaching with myself, and currently the one-on-one coaching program is full up. So please do not apply for this. If you apply, you're going to be put on a waiting list, and the waiting list is already over 3 months. So people are booking for 3 months from now. That's in June, July. Well, actually, it's April, May, June. They're booking for April, May, and June. Then, if you want, you can book up and put your name on for one-on-one coaching. This is for, those people that can wait. Currently, I'm fully booked. Then I'm busy recording a 6-disc CD audio program of the entire program. Then we're also busy with a DVD home study program. This DVD home study program will include the 6-disc CD audios. It will include DVDs with videos. It will have the entire program on video. You'll have the demos. It will also include one entire seminar on DVD, right? You'll have a full seminar on DVD included with the demos, with the 6-disc CD audio program, and a workbook to go with it. Then we also offer, we call it phone coaching, but this is for students in different locations. You see, our program has already gone global. So we've got students in different cities and different geographic locations. We've had students from United States of America in Colorado. We've had teachers from Bolivia in South America. We've also currently have students in London. We have now been approached by some of the Gulf states to implement the Accelerated Learning Program into the Arab states. So that's all currently happening right now. And the phone coaching option is used via video conferencing, teleconferencing, and telephone to reach students in different geographic locations. Then we also have an online membership which is on the website. This will be completed at the end of February, and it is the same. It will have the entire program. It works with a 12-month program where every month the system will give you 3 or 4 techniques. You got to go and practice it, and the next month the system automatically will give it to you via videos, worksheets, and audio. And this is something that you've got to do on your own. What you don't see here is I've been asked by quite a few of the schools that we have already done to create a book, to write out a book on the program. So the book has been started. I've completed the outline, but the book will only be ready around May or June of 2012. Now, the techniques, tools, and tips that we're teaching students are cutting edge technology, latest cutting edge technology in mind power and combined with NLP skills. Some of the skills are as old as 100 years old, but the crucial thing is they are proven to work. You see, the techniques, skills, and tools that we teach students are very practical. It's something you learn now and you can apply it immediately and see immediate results. So that is why we say it's proven to work, because we're teaching you to learn the natural way. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the program consists of over 40 advanced learning strategies, study skills, and techniques. but I'm going to highlight briefly an outline of about 10 to 12 of the big skills that this program will empower you with. One of the highlights of this workshop: students will identify what their preferred learning style is. Now, 99 out of 100 students have no clue what their preferred learning style is. When a student knows what their preferred learning style is, it means they now can take in information according to how their mind takes in, and different people take in information differently. This also will assist teachers. If a student doesn't understand in a certain way, the student can tell the teacher, listen, can you explain it to me in this way, because this is how I understand and I take in information naturally. So this is one of the big highlights: students identify what their preferred learning style is. The next thing is, this is a huge technique that students love to bits. We teach students how to get into a learning state. You see, every moment in your daily life, you are in different states. At sometimes you are excited, sometimes you sad, sometimes you tired. It's all different states of mind. Now when you are learning, that's called a learning state. Now we teach you how to physically get into a learning state in less than 2 minutes. Isn't that amazing? Absolutely. Now, how would this help you? You know, when you're feeling, oh man, I don't feel like studying. This technique, 90 seconds and you get into a learning state. Information starts flowing. It also helps you in the exam room. Now, you know, in the exam room, when you get a mental block or a memory block and you can't remember anything, all you got to do is do this 90-second technique and information starts flowing. So no more mental blocks, no more memory blocks. How cool is that? Amazing, isn't it? The next thing we teach students is advanced focus and concentration techniques. Now, the reason why we do this is in this day and age, students are bombarded with distractions. You know, they need to know how to focus and concentrate, and we teach them how to go about doing this. Then we teach students about motivation, and motivation is something that's needed in anything that you do. Now we teach students what motivates them, how different people are motivated. They learn how different ways motivate them and how to use motivation to achieve the better grades and results that they're looking for. The next thing we teach students is goal getting and goal setting. Now this is a totally different and opposite approach to what most students are used to. You see, most students, when I ask them, do you know what grade you're getting at the end of the year? They're like, lost, they don't know. But with our goal getting and goal setting technique, we teach students how to set their grades out at the beginning of the year. This is a proactive approach as opposed to the reactive approach which most students do, is they study hard and just hope for the best. That's reactive. Now they take a proactive, productive approach in that everything can be planned according, to the grade that they want. They can take action according to the grade that they want to achieve. In fact, we make students to write out their report card at the beginning of the year, the report card that they want for the end of the year. Now this is, as I told you, totally different, opposite approach. The next thing is, which most people call time management, but I personally don't believe that you can manage time, because no matter what you do, you're still going to have 24 hours in a day and 168 hours in a week. The thing is, we teach students how to now take control of your time. How do we do this? We teach students to study in block time, where now you study in less time but taking in 3 to 4 times more information. Then we teach students how to the difference between what's urgent and what's important. We teach students how to manage their energy, because the more energy you have means you can achieve more things. So we teach all of this under time management, right? Another big thing that we teach students is memory techniques. We teach various memory techniques, 2 of which are used by memory experts at Olympic level. You see, so these techniques, what we do is we teach you how to bypass short-term memory and put information in long-term memory. So what this means is, now when you learn information, you're not just learning for an examination or for a test, you're learning it permanently. So you remember this knowledge, you see. Now, the good thing about this is most students feel that it's impossible to learn, 30 or 40 words in order in 10 to 15 minutes. Now on the workshop, we teach every single student how to learn 30 words in order in 10 or 15 minutes. This is where we show them how to bypass short-term memory and put in information in that long-term memory. You see, very powerful, very amazing. Students love this technique. The next thing we teach students is power reading. We actually boost students' reading speed by 10 times. We actually undo what they've been taught at basic level in school, and now we teach them how to look for information instead of looking for words. We boost their reading speed from around 150 to 200 words to around 2,000 to 3,000 words per minute. Now, the amazing thing about power reading is not the speed, but the comprehension. You see, with this method, your comprehension increases by 80%. Now you're going to remember 80% more of what you read, as opposed to before you read half a page, you go on to the end of the page, then you think to yourself, ah man, what did I read on top before? You see, totally opposite. You're actually going to remember 80% more than what you normally read at normal speed. Now, isn't that amazing? Absolutely. The next thing we teach is creative thinking, out of the box thinking. You see, in this day and age, to be highly successful, you need to be doing things differently from everybody else. And that is the reason we teach students to think out of the box, to think, on different levels, to look at things very differently. Students will increase their awareness levels highly by at least tenfold. We increase the awareness levels very deeply. The next thing that we teach students on the Accelerated Learning and Super Study Skills program is cutting edge technology on note taking. Now, most students take down notes word for word as the teacher speaks. We teach students how to mind map, and this is actually taking down notes exactly how the mind is structured, how the brain is structured. As you can see on the screen, your brain is actually structured just like that, with neural pathways coming out of the neurons and little dendrites. Now, another big thing about mind mapping is you remember far more effectively, because this is the way the mind is naturally designed. You remember far more effectively. Now, we also take this a further step. We teach you step by step how to mind map, and we take this a step further. We make students mind map their entire textbook. You see, most students, exam time, they are flipping through textbooks and notebooks, looking for information or looking for sections, looking for different topics. Now, you've got everything on one page. On just one page. You've got an entire textbook of 400 or 500 pages on one page. Wouldn't that make life so much easier? I know it sounds unbelievable because you've never been taught how to do all of this. You see, I'm going to show it to you step by step. Every step of the way. We're going to teach you in steps how to go about how to do this. Okay. The next thing we teach students is listening. And we teach you far more effective listening skills, because teachers speak and you've got to listen. Now, we teach students, in a fun, exciting way, by playing and having lots of fun, how to listen unconsciously on a deeper level. We start enhancing the awareness of listening with fun exercises. Then, we teach students communication, effective communication, how to build rapport, how to get people to like them, how to have a winning attitude. We also teach students how to overcome the negative conditioning of speaking what we don't want. So we teach them how to now speak what we do want. Now, you see, these are about 10 to 12 of the 40 odd skills and techniques that we're going to teach students on the Accelerated Learning and Super Study Skills program. You see, I've made it super simple, absolutely easy for each and every one that comes on the Accelerated Learning program. That is why students love the program. It is so simple. I've made it absolutely easy. So I'm holding you by the hand and I'm taking you step by step through the process. And at the same time, we make it fun and exciting. You see? Now, let's look at some of the benefits to you when you come on this program. Why is it that you should get started? Number one, it'll benefit you in that you will identify what your preferred learning style is. Just by knowing what your preferred learning style would cut study time by between 30 to 40%. All right. The next thing is you're going to be able to get into a learning state instantly. In less than 2 minutes, you're going to be able to get into a learning state. No more memory blockages. No more mental blocks. You see, you're going to be able, and even when you're feeling, oh man, I don't feel like, you're going to use the learning state to get into that learning state instantly. You're going to gain an extra 2 to 3 hours a day. Yes, you're going to be in control of your time. It's no more other people controlling your time. You will be in full control of your time, and you're going to gain extra time in your day. Now, my question to you would be, what would an extra 1 hour in your day mean to you? Would it make a difference in your life? Absolutely. Everybody would love some extra time. You're going to have access to various memory techniques, 2 of which are used by memory experts at Olympic level. Then you're going to gain a competitive edge. You see, studies have proven, research has proven that any student who is exposed to study skills, study techniques, and learning strategies always produce much better results than students who have not been, who have not been shown how to learn and how to study. You're going to be able to do homework much faster, much easier, and much more effectively, much more quicker. Now learning smarter instead of learning harder. You see, students love it. In fact, you'll hear and you'll see on the testimonials students saying, I'm looking forward to doing homework. As unbelievable as that sounds, I know it's shocking, because students, when they come on the program, they tell me, Junaid, I'm looking forward to going and studying. Go and read it in the testimonials. Go and check it out yourself. You've seen it on 1 or 2 of the testimonials that I read out earlier. Students said they're looking forward to studying, looking forward to doing homework. You see, because now they've got these nifty tools, techniques and tips on how to go about doing it. So now they want to do it. Then you're going to attain, another benefit to you is you will attain deep focus and concentration that you can use in other activities, not only studying. You can use this for sports, you can use this in your work, you can use this in anything that you want to do to attain deep focus and concentration. Then you'll find a lot of students, their confidence gets super boosted because now their self-esteem, now they believe in themselves. You see, we teach you how to believe in yourself. In fact, we super boost your confidence so much so that you will actually realize what your true potential is. You will you will reach for your full potential. You will develop a winning attitude in everything that you do, not just your studies, in everything. I will teach them a step-by-step, 7-step process on how to have a winning attitude in everything and anything that they do in their lives. You see, they will also improve grades in every subject. Now, my question to you, as you watching this presentation, what would a 5 to 10% increase in every subject, what would it mean to you, to your grades? Would it make a difference? Absolutely. We've had students who've jumped up to 35% on the grades. Yes, you heard me correct. 35%. You know, if you go on the testimonials, you'll also find students who have said their aggregates jumped up by 50%. You'll see it on the website. Okay, so yes, you will improve grades in all your subjects. You will also, it'll benefit you because you'll have a planned study program that is created by you for you. The reason why we don't create the study program, we just create a template that you can customize for yourself, is because nobody knows you better than you. So that is why you as a student need to customize the program for yourself. The next thing is the Accelerated Learning and Super Study Skills program benefits you in that it cuts study time by 2/3, 66%. This means that what normally takes you 1 hour to do now takes you just 15 to 20 minutes. Now, wouldn't that be cool? More time to sleep, more time to chill out, more time to hang out with your buddies, more time to do whatever it is that you want to do. We teach students, it benefits them, the Accelerated Learning and Study Skills program benefits them in that we teach them accountability, a higher level of responsibility. That is why you'll find improved responsibility in everything, all aspects of their lives. The next thing, we teach active goal getting, where you actively set goals, achieve them, and reset new goals. And lastly, you will maximize brain usage. You see, we do something called brain gym for the students, where they use both sides of the brain, the right and the left side. Now, most students in school use just one side of their brain. We now teach students how to use simple exercises, very simple things that you can do as you are, to use both sides of the brains. Now, these are some of the benefits. There are much, much more. It's a life-changing program that students come to. Now, the question that you must be asking yourself, Junaid, wow, what an amazing world-class program. This must be cost me a packet. Absolutely not. In fact, I'm going to shock you. It's going to blow your mind away. So be prepared to be really amazed, because I'm going to shock you with the price. You see, you may be thinking you've got to invest maybe 3, 4, 5,000 rands for something like this, because there are similar products out on the market. There's a program in Umhlanga, and they charge 3,250 rands per student. Then there's another program in Westville, Leaders in Learning. They charge between 2,500 and 3,500 rands per student. Now, there's also one in Pretoria, Learning Excellence, charges between, they actually charge 3,980 rands excluding VAT, which comes to just under 4,500 rands. Now, I thought, whoa, I've got 3 kids. If I were to put any or all of my kids on a program like this, I need to have like 10 grand. Now, most people, not everybody, most people don't have 10 grand, 10,000 rands just to invest just like that. Nobody has, yes, the wealthy and those that are truly self-sufficient, they may be able to afford it. So what I decided was, we decided to make this program affordable and accessible to everybody, all scales, whether you come from a low income, middle income, or high income. Because I hope you're sitting down and you've got seat belts, because fasten your seat belt, you may fall off your seat. For a full one day workshop with the bonuses and everything that we offer you, it's an investment of just 250 rand for a full one day life-changing program that guarantees you success in your life. Now, I'm sure you will agree with me that 250 rands is affordable to everybody. We spend 250 rands on an outing most of the time. So, the one-day program has an investment, a full one-day program has an investment of 250 rands only. That's it. It's 10 times cheaper. So this investment is an investment for life. The 2-day program has an investment of 400 rands, which has far more information and much more. Now that's for a full 2-day program, investment being 400 rands into the program. For the investment into the group program and the one-on-one coaching program, you can contact me and inquire on the investment. They're also very affordable. You'll find that we've got tons. That's the reason why it's fully booked. Groups and one-on-ones are currently fully booked. So if you need more information on pricing and investment, please get in touch with me. You'll get my details at the end of this presentation. Now, isn't that amazing? Just 250 rands for a full one day life-changing workshop. Amazing. Now, more than this, we've offered something that the market is shocked by. We have offered 100% satisfaction money back guarantee. What I mean is, if you come on the Accelerated Learning and Super Study Skills program and it doesn't change your life for the better, we will gladly give you your money back, no questions asked. Do you know of anybody in the industry that's offering you 100% money back satisfaction guarantee? To date, from June 2011 up to now, in the 6 months that this program has run, we've done 963 students, just under 1,000 students. Not one student has ever came back for a money back. That tells you how successful this program is in such a short time. So I would suggest that you book your seat now and you ask yourself the question, is your child worth an investment of 250 rands into their future success? Or if it's a 2-day program, are you worth an investment of 400 rands into your future success? You are your biggest asset. 400 rands or 250 rands for the 1-day program is a tiny bit compared to the success that it will bring you. So book your seat now and get onto the road to success. The question is, when do you want to get started on this road to better grades so that you become successful? My contact details are as follows. You can see my email. It's coach, COACH, @gtecoaching.co.za. As you can see on your screen, my mobile cell number is 0837869657. For those international clients and those people that are overseas, out of South Africa, the country code for South Africa is +27. You'll dial +27 837869657. Yes, I'm on Twitter, and yes, I'm on Facebook. I look forward to you getting in touch with me on Twitter and Facebook. You'll find me on Facebook, Junaid Bayat, or you can even search for Accelerated Learning. We're on Skype. You can get hold of me on Skype, as you can see there, Junaid BA, and our office number is 032 533 4988. Once again, international clients and people overseas, you will dial 2732533498. You can also get in touch with me via BlackBerry, which is BBM, and my PIN is 2205A525. All the details are as you can see on the screen. For more information on Accelerated Learning, you can visit our website on www.accelerated-learning.co.za. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity of presenting the Accelerated Learning and Super Study Skills program. I look forward to serving you and making a difference in your studies to get you better grades. So I look forward to meeting you on a workshop or on a seminar near you very soon.